one little news that I saw floating around. Alog's just saying in the chat, and I met the guy once at the Big Apple Con 96. Swell guy at the time, but he was a douche later on. Dude, that's kind of academic considering what you tried to do to that comic.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I shall now because I think Lydia saw this little article posted onto Twitter. This has come from the Associate Press. A very expensive Iron Man suit prop has disappeared from a movie facility. From the Associate
Press. Yes.
I've heard about this.
The police are investigating the disappearance of an expensive Iron Man suit from a Los Angeles movie prop storage facility. Los Angeles police officer Christopher No said Wednesday a police report was filed Tuesday and that the suit's estimated value is $325,000. The suit apparently went missing from the facility in the Pacoima neighborhood between February and April 25. KGBS TV first reported the investigation and says the crimson and gold costume was used in the 2008 Iron Man film, which starred Robert Downey Jr., which so happens to be my most favored Iron Man suit. So, yeah, someone decided to rip off the Iron Man suit.
Yeah, this wouldn't be the first time this happened with the Marvel Cinematic Verse, way back when it was just a wee baby and Sony was starting with the filming of the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. They actually had a few props purloined from their studio too. I found that out since my dad, or a little bit after, was hired to be security for Sony Pictures during the filming of Spider-Man, because when he wasn't doing any work for CCPD, since, as everyone knows, my dad's a police officer, he would do some on and off security jobs for Sony. And in this case, Spider-Man was one of them. Fortunately, they were able to get it back.
Sweet.
And shortly after, he got to attend a private screening before they released the actual movie in a theater. So it was kind of cool.
Oh, nice.
Should be worth noting, next month, the first Spider-Man movie turns 16 years young.
Wow.
As good as that movie is, and it still is, there are a couple of noticeable goofs. When I watched it years later, particularly the ending scene, you'll see one piece where Mary Jane has her hand on Peter's cheek, cuts back to her. She's still got her hand on him. Cuts back to him. The hand is missing. Then goes back to her. Hand is there, and then cuts back to him. Her hand is back on there. I'm like, I'm sorry. Did somebody have some continuity errors with regards to things like that? I don't know.
No, MJ just got access to the Speed Force. She was just going really fast.
Meanwhile, you got like I can only imagine an image of Phalas popping in, so going, great continuity.
Yes.
Just so I'm not alone on this. Who was the better movie love interest for Spider-Man, Kirsten Dunst or Emma Stone?
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go
don't
with
get
that.
me wrong. I have no disrespect for Dunst, as she does some pretty awesome voice work in Kiki's Delivery Service, and I did like her in Interview with the Vampire, but Mary Jane Watson, she was not.
No,
And as you've And as you've read from the dialogue in one story that I wrote years ago, when you've noticed that character doesn't think very highly of her.
Mhm.
Nope.
Not a bit.
No. And it was just the way that they killed Gwen off in Amazing 2, and I'm like, it's like, no, please don't kill off Gwen. Please don't. It's like the one.
That made me salty.
Oh,
Seeing
that
that-
bugged me. I'm like, why couldn't you save that for what third movie you guys had planned? Why?
Yeah,
'Cause-
seeing that the first time, that was what my heart was like. Oh my god, I could not handle that.
Funny thing,
Her head bouncing like a basketball. Ugh.
funny thing, when Random was doing his reaction and review for Dracula Untold, I was like, oh my gosh, this is ripping off from Amazing 2. You rip off from the worst possible movie. No, bad movie. I actually had that. I think I actually had that movie, that reaction and review re-uploaded to the reaction and review YouTube channel, because one of the things that I've been doing a lot more lately, ever since I saw this one YouTube video, I can't remember for the life of me who I learned this this little editing trick from, but it's how you can make your camcorder footage look like movie footage by tweaking the contrast settings, which is probably why you've noticed in some of my movie reviews the picture looks a lot sharper with better use of the color than what there was before. And I just did that with some of his reaction and reviews. So I'm just, tweaking just so it looks a little bit more, I don't want to say professional, but you look at it and think, ooh, the picture doesn't look so flat now. It actually looks like there's some decent picture use there. And the only reason he actually watched that movie is just like, it's like, I don't want to watch this movie. Would you like a domino? It's like, don't do this. Like, that's the same way that I got him to watch The Dark Knight Rises, because originally he wasn't going to watch the movie, but he got bribed with dominoes and chicken strippers.
I mean, you can't go wrong with dominoes, so you're always in a trance.
Chicken tenders
you
are
can't
good.
go wrong with pizza.
True that.
Yeah.
Yeah.